everyone, my name is s0215759 from Brisbane, s02128. In today's presentation, I will discuss the conceptualization of business model, how it can be used to explore the opportunity of innovation in a business. So this video will help you to understand why there are so many business models. It will also show you different business models that you can use. And finally, I will show you my preferred business model choices. So as I mentioned before, the first thing that we're going to talk is about the business model. And choosing a business model could be one of the most difficult tasks that you will face as a manager, because you can take different routes for successful. According to the technical collaboration group, different business models are shaped by market considerations, services, the product that you offer, and the industry. So there are many different elements that you can assess in order to get a business model. So therefore, the nature and the scope of a business model is settled in function of many views and disciplines, with agreements and contrasts about his understanding. And this is in fact the main reason why there are so many business models, because you can go in different ways. For example, the industry of electric vehicles. You can see here Tesla, American company. This is Xiang Group, a Chinese company. They offer electric cars, but they have different business models. For example, for Tesla, high performance vehicles and super quick charging is their focus. So they offer, for example, luxury cars, while Xiang Group, they offer leasing and sales. They are focused on leasing and sell electric cars and battery swapping. So in this way, they are more care about the price to be charged. So for example, they offer the battery swapping service, which is actually you can rent the battery. So they have something in common with the value proposition. They have different value proposition as a business strategy, but totally opposite. So before give you my definition about business model, I would like to give you the definition of value proposition. In simple words, value proposition is the promised value to be delivered that you believe that will attract customers. So then you will achieve, or you will get competitive advantage in a sustainable manner. It could be innovative, so new to the market, or similar to the existing market. So for the video, business model describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. So it means a business model shows you the logic way to achieve, to get money, to make profit. Now let's have a look at 3 different social media business models. I choose this industry because social media tools provide a valuable opportunity to do business innovation, which creates new revenue models by extracting value from the social media content. We will compare MySpace, Facebook, and Tencent. Tencent is the only Chinese company, and all the information was adapted from the case study social media business analysis by Who 2011. Now, as you can see, I created a business model matrix assessment based on the 9 blocks proposed by Business Model Canvas. So it included customer segment, value proposition, revenue proposition, channels, customer relationship, key activities, key resources, key partners, and cost structure. But the main point here, or the important point to understand here, is that multiple customer segments are linked with a specific value proposition, which both at the end will give a unique revenue proposition model. I believe this is the best way to compare the three business models. And but how this matrix works? As you can see, there are ticks and stars. The ticks means that the attribute is applied by the company, and the stars it also means that it is applied to the company, but in a very focused way. It means that the profitability of the business model depends a lot on this attribute. For example, let's look at the customer segment. It says that the three companies are targeting internet users who don't pay for the services as its value proposition here was set up as a free services. In fact, this is the main idea of social media industry. The free social entertainment free. So how they make the money? This answer is that they have other customer segments who pay for the service and make profitable the company. For example, you can see here that MySpace and Facebook they are focusing on advertisers. However, Tencent they also include advertisers, but they are more based on application developers and enterprise individuals. So as as they seem to have more relevance with its business model strategic. For example, have a look the value proposition is basically the same. MySpace and Facebook they are focusing on relevant shares to target customers, and Tencent they are more focusing on customized experience, and they offer different membership levels, so they definitely are more according to the customer demands. So in this way, the revenue proposition is specific for each company. While MySpace and Facebook, they depend on advertisers, so the the results of revenue came from advertisers. Tencent, they depend on virtual sales, so it means that they really depend on their ability to satisfy customer demands. And then channels, they have basically the same things: website, mobile phone, apps, developer tools, customer relationships, basically the same. Networking side effects, so just people go there, log in and get the service. Cross effects, cross effects in this customer relationship regarding to the sales and marketing, so they can target the customer. Key activities, they have a R&D department, but in this case, Tencent, um, they are focusing especially in this department. In fact, 50% of the staff are allocated in this department. By contrast, one of the key activities of MySpace is share data with third parties so they can target the customers. And finally, Tencent, they have a very tough privacy setting, so the sharing information is not easy. So customers could be more comfortable about their privacy sharing. Key resources, basically saying human resources, website, platform, and IT. Tencent, because it's the oldest one, also have a more complex IT platform. They also use their brand, so people recognize these companies. Key partners according to the functionality. So, for example, mobile companies, mobile phone companies, TV shows, etc. And cost structure, they have basically the same. They has expense regarding to the data center operation and the cost, sales and marketing, and finally they also have general and administration. Now you can decide between these three different business models. It's up to you. You have the information. I personally I prefer the Tencent business model for this reason. It offers one-stop services, so it really depends on the ability to satisfy customer demands rather than the depending on third parties like advertisers. They have different levels of memberships, so people pay for that. I like it. The privacy of the customer data rather than sharing is very very good for the customer. I feel very yes, it's a good reason for going to Tencent because I am customer of the social media. So because of that, they have exceptional relationship. They also have 50% of their personnel allocated in R&D, so it means they are very committed with the R&D department and development of the company. The revenue stream model are based on sales and retail goods rather than app, so they have more control of the market chain. They also have some high technological multi-network. Okay, to illustrate Tencent business model, finally, I will show you the evolution of business, the Google business model. As you can see, I use the framework of business model canvas, and the 9 basic blocks are compounded by many elements. How Google makes money? By 2009, they were making mainly money mainly based on advertisers. So AdWords at 10, which are an online auction. So it means that it appears to be very similar to Facebook and MySpace. However, something that is notable is that basis in his philosophy since 2010, in the last 2 years, 2013, 2014, Google has incorporated other potential ways of monetization. For example, projects like Google Glass enable Trip which is a self-driving car app via Google device, and also the housing fresh focus, a project that have been developed to make money in a different way. So in 2017, it is expected that 50% of its revenue stream model will be no longer came from advertising, and then the business model will be more similar to Tencent business model approach. So they will have more control of the share market while changing his revenue business model for one more based on virtual sales rather than online advertisers. So this is the main reason why Google business model are one of the most successful in the world, and why it looks very similar to Tencent business model. First of all, the philosophy is 70-20-10, which means 10% for innovation, 20% dedicated to R&D department, and 70% to achieve organizational goals. The second one, it means that Google business model is a dynamic one. It satisfies customer needs. They have a very strong resource and development department. They also have high technological multi networking. The revenue stream model based on apps back to the 5 years. However, nowadays Google is exploring new opportunities for business to reduce 50% of its revenue for internet value ad services. this brings me to the end of this presentation. So I've been talking about there is no one size that fits business model approach because it depends on the input and market. Value proposition is the common feature. So and it is the promised value that to be delivered that will attract customers while create wealth maximization in a sustainable manner. It could be innovative or similar to others. So in this way, business model describe the rationale of how an organization creates the leaders and capture value. So the logic way to achieve or to get money in a sustainable way. They should include the 9 blocks proposed by business model canvas. And finally, my preferred business model obviously was Tencent business model because it demonstrated that positive revenues can be achieved through a dynamic, innovative technological approach based on customer needs and add value. For more information, you can have a look at my reference list. Thank you so much. Bye bye.